we're going to go to Alpine Retreat. And Alpine Retreat is definitely a classic because everything here has that cabin in the woods appeal, the mountainous appeal, outdoors, but take a look at the overall effect. We've tied in a little bit of black here. We got that warming gold accent, even on the pine cone. You see the pine cone all the way up there at the top. We're still seeing that trending gold accenting all of the pieces subtly, and you want to make sure that you have that. But even on the pine cone pieces that are at the top of this. Classic plaids, classic browns, classic black, reds, and greens. That's what we're seeing here. A very warm look to Alpine Retreat. This is the moose right here in the center of this for the sculpt. Very contemporary. So I'm going to kind of just pull this down a little bit so we can take a look at him. The cut lines are smooth. So this is not rustic, it's contemporary. And usually when we do something for cabin or alpine, we have more rustic or mountainous, kind of unrefined finishes, but that's not the case for 2025. We're looking at actual contemporary cuts and design on the pieces and the sculpts themselves. This is very detailed as well with the cardinal riding on its back. The cardinal itself, if I run my finger across here, you know, it's teeny tiny. I mean, it's really little here, but I can feel everything along the feather of that cardinal that's in there. A lot of details are added, but in a very classy and sophisticated and elegant way here in this collection. We've got some pine cone clusters that are come in. The plaid finish hollies are on a spray that we have here with the classic red, green, and a little bit of that dark, dark color right in there with that dark, dark blue. And it picks up beautifully with the rest of the ornaments that are here. We've got our Santa down below, and he is trimmed in black. So he's got a black fur and a little black mittens on. He's ringing one of those old world bells. Well, he's trending and didn't even know it, I bet. And then we've got some other bells here. A jingle bell that's an old world bell. A classic disc ornament with one of our deer on it. And then some new ones with that flocking that we discussed. And then a little bit of the accent of the glitter on the outside of that. Everything here is contemporary. So we're seeing a contemporary take across the alpine look. Now we're going to turn slightly to see some of the new products that are coming in to correspond to the tree. Again, that wood finish and that laser cut metal is very contemporary and very smooth. So as we have our tree and our deer on the wooden stand, this one has the 3 trees and the 2 deer. The other one is going to have the 2 and the 1 deer. The lengthwise, you know, we've got 3 different lengths here going. This one in the back is going to be longer, but these are going to be taller. So as you're designing, you want to keep that in mind. The deer theme we keep seeing over and over, but I love the deer. I love the one that's in the tree, but let's look at the ones on this table. The moose stands out. And so we have 3 moose here on the table, 4 actually. And look at their antlers. They just have that nice, smooth curvature coming off the top. And that's something Ken and I talked about a little bit because, you know, there's a difference. There's a big difference between whether we're seeing something like this where we're seeing the eyes and we're making that contact with an animal or with a sculpt, or this one in the back where the face has been removed. And so this is a little bit more contemporary styling than this one happens to be. And so that's kind of how he described that to me. And I kind of see it now. I see what he's talking about the cut lines, the lines across the face, the coloring on the body itself. These sculpts right here are definitely very contemporary and trending. We've got our fun little birds. You know, we have birds like this over in Blueberry Woods. They're decked out in blue over there, decked out in red over here. Frosted champagne, I think we have them in a nice buff color. So different colors for our birdies throughout the showroom. Before we leave, I got to say hello to our little deer, looking up at our larger deer, because those are always something that our customers are looking for. And then if you're looking for something uber elegant and uber contemporary, we have some different sculpts for you other than the wood look sculpt here. They are the black deer, and we're looking at the removal of the face, removal of the eyes and the detailing here, but nice, smooth, and sophisticated. And look at the curvature. Okay, that is what we're looking for. And when we're calling it contemporary, I've had a few people ask that question, and when I see it, that's what I'm looking for. to talk about. This deer, the same thing. Look how the breast of the deer comes all the way down. Nice smooth lines. Very, very elegant. The 2 tall taper candle holders, those new lanterns are hot, hot, hot. We know our customers are already talking about that. If you're looking for a very nice piece of garland to hang down, these are glass. So these are black glass garland beads, very heavy. So if you're a designer and you're looking for something that's going to have some heft to it, this is what you're looking for. I'm going to put this down gently on the tray. And then 2 more sculpts on the wall that I want to make sure, absolutely sure that you get a chance to see here. The bear, and he does not have the eyes or the detail on the nose either, so he's very contemporary. And the moose. And the moose antlers themselves have that curvature down on the inside of the antler where it's just nice and smooth, almost bowl-like, pulling that out of the outside of that antler. We're going to make a turn again and take a look at our black bears, because the black bears are fun and they tie directly into that look and elegance that you add to your Christmas. Very animated. So all of these bears here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they have the cardinals in with them, in different placement in the tree, on them, on their back. This is kind of cool that it's got the 2 of them here. Many of you like to buy new things with cardinals because of remembering your loved ones. And so by adding that extra little cardinal in there, that just kind of gives you an extra reason to sell that to your customer. Your customer will come in and say, well, I like the bear. Oh, we got a cardinal too. Then that gives them a little bit more perceived value. And so that's something that you're going to be looking for. Before we leave, the eyes. So all 5 of these have very lifelike eyes, very lifelike faces. And so they're making eye contact with your customers while they're on your shelf. And so those are very fun and lively. They're going to be definitely kind of, when you're building your displays, you always want to make sure that the eyes are looking different directions. And Ken does some great videos talking about how that works out. Here's a couple smaller moose with that same look, smooth cut lines all the way across, but they happen to have some blanket saddles on them for the winter season. More pillar candle holders that are in black. That same black look is coming through. And then we have a totally different look in this collection. It just kind of changes on us a little bit. We have a little small tree for this, but we have this nice soft green. And so some of our new products include this very intricate and contemporary laser cut metal piece with the rounded top. And then we have the sculpt up above on the wall. And it has those nice, strong, contemporary lines. But this is in a lighter color and a neutral. And so 3 different sculpts that can go on the wall. I know those are very, very popular for you guys. You want to make sure to take a look at those in Alpine Retreat. These are great too. These are battery powered. They have an ombre effect in the green. And then they have the fairy lights on the inside. I have to point those out, and they put them on the side of the wooden stands. These are very, very beautiful, especially when we're turning the lights off at night here in the Melrose showroom. Those really, really, really pop.